Hello, and thank you for tuning in to FranCoach's webinar series entitled Franchising 101. Topic of this webinar is going to be the assessment call. You're likely listening to this because the assessment call will be the next step in your process. So congratulations on making it through the initial call with FranCoach, and we look forward to taking you through what's next. So what is next? The assessment call, which is typically the second call through our process, and really going to be probably the most important conversation we have with our clients. So, no pressure or anything on this. The entire focus of this call is going to be you and what you want that ideal and dream scenario to be as a franchise owner. So what we're going to do very simply is we're going to take you through a series of kind of questions around a handful of different topics. The call typically takes 45 minutes to an hour. We are going to be as thorough as humanly possible with this. And again, we're going to try to build from scratch. What would be the most ideal preferred business model and owner role with that? So some of the things that we're going to talk about, again, that's kind of a nebulous thing to say. So how are we going to do this, right? So first and foremost, you're going to be the owner. Let's figure out what the heck you're going to do as an owner, what you don't want to do, what kind of time commitment. Is this full-time, part-time? What does that look like? What about staff? Are we going to have one? If so, what kind? What are they going to do? How many? How do we communicate with them? How can we grow? What kind of customer profile? If you're going to own a business, you might want to write this one down. Going to be a good idea to have some customers. So let's figure out what that customer profile is going to look like. How do we find them? How do we sell them? How do we keep them? Who's doing all of those things? What are the core values of your business? What do you stand for? What do you want your business to stand for? How important is that to you? What kind of training, support, culture will be important to you from the franchisor that you can then now take on to your unit of the business? What industries are of interest to you? What industries are not? We'll kind of tell you industry, especially for folks coming out of the corporate world, is not nearly as important as it is trying to find that next corporate gig. We're going to talk about industries, of course, but it is not the driver like it is in the corporate world. And then, of course, we're going to go through the financial profile. What's the ideal investment range, ramp up time, different funding options? We're going to piece that all together. If that all sounds like a lot, it's because it is. Don't worry if you're not quite sure of what all of those answers are now. Nobody is. That's our job to kind of pull that out, right? So that's, and again, when we're done with that call, combined with the initial call and the client profile, that's going to put us in a position to begin the research to find the best, probably 2 or 3 franchisors that we think could be a match. So that's what's going to happen. How do you prepare for this? Complete the client profile. Make sure that's done. That's going to take 10 or 15 minutes. The more information on there, the better. Again, just from everything that we talk about, if there's a thought or I'm not sure if this is important or not, share that profile or on our phone call. And then on the during our call, on our conversation, remember a couple things. Again, have an open mind. That is really the key throughout this entire process. And then again, especially for folks that are coming straight or in the corporate world or coming from there, this is not an interview. This is me and you or your FranCoach coach and you having a conversation to determine, again, what this ideal situation is going to look like. So that's kind of what to expect. Again, feel free to always kind of browse through the website, francoach.net, any of those items, especially in the blog section, to kind of help you, but really just come to the table, profile complete, mind open, and really ready to kind of build this thing from scratch. That's what to expect on that assessment call. We look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks for getting this far, and thanks for your time today. We look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks so much.